debunking the week beginning 23rd November. Every commentary has been laced with a note of caution. But the market has been throwing caution to the winds and reaching new highs. The indices have touched new highs. The inflows from abroad are at record high. Inflation is also high. And option volatilities have cooled down to lows and the bond yields are benign. Is this a perfect setting for a takeoff or a correction? Beyond looking at a specific yes-no answer, let us continue from last week's nudge towards an opportunity, see this as an opportunity for realigning the portfolio. In this context, the Reserve Bank's internal working group's recommendations for opening up banking licenses to industrial houses and big NBFCs should be seen as an opportunity to identify the likely candidates and start building a portfolio. Among the banking behemoths, this week I would like to spend some time on the half-yearly results of State Bank of India. The results have been very encouraging, with a 12 basis points pickup in the net interest margin and a one-time allocation of 1,600 crores towards employee provisions arising out of the recent wage accord. However, one needs to clearly keep in the back of mind that the bank has benefited from and consistently benefited from listing gains of its subsidiaries, SBI Life and SBI Cards. Even during the last quarter, 1,540 crores is the addition to other income from the divestment of stake in SBI Life, which was partly mandatory too. And the UTI AMC has got listed on 12th October, which also will be contributing to the listing gains for the third quarter of this bank. Therefore, is it an over-dependence on other income to shore up profits? Every investor needs to analyze for himself. The high provision coverage ratio of the bank is definitely a comfort and forward-looking, and the management's plans to unlock whatever value from the investments they have made in YONO is also definitely forward-looking. But the claims of the bank of a high collection efficiency of 97%, which is based on the current demand, definitely that is the post-moratorium reschedulements. Therefore, it would be prudent for each investor to have his own discretionary discounting of this efficiency ratio for a likely build-up of stress in the asset quality. In the currency markets, USD INR entered at 74.14 and the appreciating bias was evident, with RBI adding more than $4 billion even for the week ended 13th November as per the WSS data. The week ahead, the currency could be locked in the range between 74 and 74.30. The dollar index remaining firm and Brent crude firming up to 45, while gold has softened to 1,871. The Consumer Confidence Index, likely to be announced or scheduled to be announced on Tuesday, will hold key for the commodity and currency markets to take cues in the overseas markets. The bond market has been held in a range by RBI, and it will look for some data cues to attempt any reduction in the steepness of the slope of the yield curve. Have an interesting week ahead.